Can you hear me? Yeah. Good morning, and exhale down. We'll start with a few breaths just to get some blood flow, to get some circulation, to get some synovial fluid going. And then one more. And then just bring those feet in together, interlace your fingers and lift up. You can even lift through your toes, your heels. Go over to the right, just a little inhale. And up and over to the left a little bit, just stretch. You got it, one more little stretch and then we'll pick up some bands. Lift your arms so you have a shoulder and a chest stretch. Inhale and then let that go, and let's pick up a dynaband. We're gonna take one that's medium or whatever you have, because you can always choke up on it. We're gonna start with some bicep curls. You can stick with your heels in the middle, and I just do a little check, are both sides even? So then we'll do some supinated grip hands or whatever. So if you have the dynabands, sometimes it's easier to hold your grip neutral. With these, it's sometimes these elastic tubings, it's easier to hold it supinated. So just make your joints comfortable. I'm just checking my knees are long. Our knees are long but soft. Shoulders are open. Good. Now the breath, we're gonna do 10 more. We're breathing in our nose and breathing out through the nose. And your front top arm should feel it. We have 5 more of these biceps. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Really good. And then we're going to do the other side, which is the tricep. Take your hand on the band at one end and near your low back, you're going to hold on. You're going to push up. It's shave the back of the head. The other side of that bicep is the tricep. Try to lengthen the elbow all the way. Keep your spine tall so you're also practicing posture muscles. Tone. All right, 10 more, 9 more, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, try this one. Hand. Now I'm going to catch this with the lower. You're going to push up and exhale. Now the arm is overhead, which means you want to pull the ribs down a little bit and just do there you go, Polly, that's a good way. The pubic bone might be pulling up a little bit so that you are not in your low back. 10 more. 3, 4, 5, 6. Back of the arm should be feeling it. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, the last ones should be difficult but doable with good form. Now your band's behind your back. I'm going to catch this extra slack. I'm also going to add on a possible squat. So if you would like, well, hello, I was thinking you could come. That's great. Come on in. And we have warmed up our arms and we're on our band being behind our back. We are adding on a squat if you would like. Your heels are heavy. Your toes are light. In fact, anytime you want to, your toes could come up just to check that. That'll help you stay in the glutes versus the knees. I'm going to grab more band. All right. Neck is soft. You can just shake it if you're not sure. And 8 more. 7. And you go as low as your legs allow. All right, let's do 5 more. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Now come back up and we're going to grab a lighter band if you have choices. And I'm going to have us do a stand on that dynaband. So with your heel, you're going out. Now you can always adjust. We're going to be doing 20 of these lateral raises so that your shoulder gets stronger. 5, your torso's neutral. You're not leaning away, in other words. 7, and then we'll try to slow it down on the return. 8, so I can tell it's a bit hard. I might give myself more slack. 9. Now we're shooting for 10 more. You're tall. Your shoulders should be working. Good. 18, 19, 20. Now we're doing 20 on the other side. I like to switch the foot that I'm standing on to the band. Go out. It's okay that the first couple may be figuring out how long the band needs to be. You're going to about shoulder height. You're tall. 6, 7, and you might have to adjust. 8, and then we're going to try that little trick, kind of slowing it down on the return. 10, 11, we want to feel the shoulder. 12, but not the neck. So we're tall, ear in line with the shoulder from the side, preventing forward head. 16, knees soft. 17, 18, you're doing great. 19, all right, there's that shoulder. 20, I hope you felt it fatiguing towards the final reps like I did. Other foot, we're going to go to the front. So for example, I have it on the right heel and I'm pulling the right arm. So same side. Neck is soft. And 5, 6, good. 7, we'll try that trick where we slow it down on the return. Breathe in through your nose. 11, 12, 13, making sure not to lean back. 14, so have a little ab tone. 15, good. 16, neck is soft. 17, breathing in the nose. 18, breathing out the nose. Other heel, here we go. So this one is left side, left hand, or whatever side you didn't do, but same side, same hand will give you a good vector to work in. And it's tempting to lean back, so I just put my hand on my ribs to kind of tell my abs pull down a little bit. So I don't use my body to do this, I'm using my shoulder, my deltoid. There's a little bit more focus on the anterior deltoid with this particular angle. So we have 10 more, so you'll feel this. 12, but you won't feel your neck. Good, and breathing, and tall. 17, and 18, you got it. 19, 20, wonderful job. Now we're gonna grab a sip and meet on the floor with the dynaband. I'm gonna encourage you to have a seat without using your arms. Good, grab a sip. We'll shoot for 8 ounces today during this class, so we're staying hydrated. Take your band around, wrap your band, walk your hands forward, and then pull. So your exhale is your row. Big, strong back muscles, and you will feel your biceps, and you get to feel the back of your shoulder. We just worked the side and the front of the shoulder, so you should feel a tone around the back of the shoulder, the rear deltoid. There's also a little scapular retraction or shoulder blades moving in towards your spine. Okay, take 5 more, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and then 1 more. And let's take 10 on the right all by itself. Now while you're doing the right side pulling, you're also rotating. Try to notice what your range of motion is. Your torso rotates, your neck just goes along for the ride. So there's no straining, there's no feeling of strain. And 3, good. And 2. All right, we're gonna do the other side, 10 repetitions. You're turning, you're not dipping at the hips or the ribs, you're just cleanly rotating. Your sternum is the same horizontal height, no matter where you are in your rotation. Your clavicles, your shoulders are level. 8, 9, and then let's get that out of there. Before we move on, let's take a rack posture, which is the opening of the front body. We strengthen the back, we open the front, and that's part of the good posture recipe, how you maintain a good posture as we go through life. Strong back body, open front body, and then conscious awareness of where our bones are in space as we go through our day. So you notice your head's forward when you're driving, and you just gently pull it back. All right, come back, grab a sip, and then we'll take a medium dynaband, a medium or so. Put that around your heel arch, cross the band like an X. Now the elbows, so this one's lighter than the one I used for the back. And if you just have one band, that's okay. Just change your grip, grab more band or grab less band. Yep. Now you're gonna open up your forearms to the sides. That's really good. I love it. Everything I see looks good. I see a therapeutic, the external rotation is a therapeutic exercise for good shoulder health. It complements the fact that most of our shoulder activities are forward. All right, try 3 more, 2 more, 1 more. Uncross the band, sit up tall still. Place those hands beside your thighs. Here we go. You're pulling. And I like to lead with the pinky and go a ½ inch more than you think you can. Usually with your focus, you can go a little bit more than what your brain will at first tell you. So we're adding on a cue. If you can, spread out those toes. I'm pulling them back towards my shin, and I'm spreading out my toes. So as if there's a fan, it's a big fan I'm opening up from my pinky to my big toe. Space between them. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Now this one's a bicep curl. If you would like, take more of your band. I'm going to show the upright variation. Oh, this band's pretty tough. I don't need to do that. So you bend and exhale. If your elbows are up, that's how you can make it harder. If you would like an ab crunch and you don't have osteoporosis, you can move back even. Just find a place that works for you. All right, we're going to take 10 more. 9, and you're probably looking over the toes for your neck to be in a good place. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. Now grab a sip, and we're going to do 1 rotation. Arms open, and this will help with posture. You know how we did the rows, and we added the turn with the rows? Here's the stretch, and when you have good rotational flexibility in your upper back, it keeps the posture upright. So inhale, open the arms, go to the other side. I'm using my hand on the leg to leverage me a little further. I'm using the hand on the floor to assist my rotational stretch. And then come back. Now I'm going to switch which way I'm sitting just to mix up the flexibility of being on the floor with the hips. So you can sit any way you want, but just sitting on the floor is a good flexibility. If you need to come out of it, you can do a high kneel. That's a nice position. Or if you need to, you can stand. But we're also trying to practice some hip mobility by getting on the floor. And this is a breaststroke with the upper body. So I'm kind of circling the arms. Now the neck is easy, and we're going to do 10 the other way. So whichever way you're going, we're going the other way. A breaststroke, so I'm going narrow, wide. I'm pushing the elbows long, ear in line with the shoulder, getting those shins and 3 of the quadriceps flexible here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1 more, and 10. Really good. I want to do 1 more, but I'm going to change up the way that I'm sitting. So I'm going to sit on with the toes curled under like this, just to stretch out the feet. So if you can do that, do that. So now there's a great stretch for the feet. And we're doing the pull downs, lat pull down. And it's wider, and then it gets narrower, but all the while it's just in front of our nose, just in front of us to the chest. And exhale. and exhale, and exhale. All right, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 18. This is 19 and 20. Really good. Let that down and then take one arm up and over. You can sit however you want. We're doing a lateral flexion. Reach, reach, reach. And then go up and over to the other side. Reach, reach, reach. Breathe into that rib cage. You're doing great. And then come back. Nice job. Grab a sip. We're going to sneak in a plank, and that's for the core. So here's a sip. All right, you're going to go into your plank. Elbows underneath your shoulders and hold. If you would like to add more, you're going to add an isometric contraction. So you're acting like your forearms, your elbows get closer to your toes, toes closer to your forearms. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now rest your pelvis and open up with Sphinx or a swan. So you're stretching out the abs. And then we're going to do an inhale and an exhale for 10 back extensions. So fingertips near your temples, lift up and down 10 times to strengthen the back. So we're doing resistance training, little abs, little back. So we are helping out the core or the center muscles like the hub of a bicycle wheel. 5 more. And then catch yourself with your hands again or your forearms to modify swan or Sphinx. 10. Breathe in. And then exhale, child's pose. You're doing great. Grab a sip. After that, nice job. And we're going to grab some hand weights that, grab a sip. You're going to need some hand weights that will let you do a chest press. And that's probably going to be a heavier weight, anywhere from, I'd say, 5 to 12. Your feet are on the ground. You're going to inhale, and you're going to exhale, press up. Inhale, bend. Now, your feet are on the floor because that helps with keeping the ribs on the mat, maintaining rib contact, which helps your back not get too lordotic, preserves it in neutral. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. And everybody's a little different. If you need to open your elbows a little bit or keep them a little bit closer for your body to feel safe while you're doing this dumbbell press up to the sky, then do that. 10 more here. Exhale as you push. Good. And 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Strong triceps, strong chest. And then you're going to let the hand weights go. And let's take a full body stretch. So reach your legs long, reach your arms long, shift through your waist by sliding your feet past each other. Good, roll through your ankles, and then we're going to go back into a fly. So probably the same weights or a little bit less, so somewhere between 5 and 12 pounds. Put your feet on the floor and lift up. Okay, you're going to open up like there's this tree in front of you. You'll touch the weights. You have the soft circle of your arms. And again, if you need to sort of figure out an angle that works for you, but in general, you're hugging a tree and you're not letting your hand weights go to the floor on these. So don't hyperextend the elbows. Keep that circle the whole way. Your upper arm's going to hit the floor, but not your hand weights, not till we're done. Inhale as you open and exhale as you close. And then try 10 more. Feet are on the ground. Neck is soft. Jaw is soft. You might even separate the lips and see if that helps with that jaw tension. The eyes are soft, calm and strong. And 4 more. And 3 more. 2. And 1. And then let those hand weights down. And then I'm going to let the hands come underneath the thighs, pop up. And if you would like to take an ab strengthener, hold for 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great job. Now you can sit any way you want. You can take a heavier weight or 2 lighter weights. So you could take 2 5s, or you could take a 10, or you could take 2 6s, or you could take a 12, for example. So you're going to gently take the hands behind and you can push up. Now inhale and exhale. So it's like you're shaving the back of the head. If your shoulders are tight, open that up because you want to feel safe. Good. And if you're needing any modifications, listen to your body. I'm going to share a trick with you in a minute. So let's say it's getting heavy, but you still want to finish. You could take your hand weights and go to a lighter one, or you could do the 1. So this is that's a way you could execute a trick. Up. Yeah, perfect. Really good. Okay, last 5, last 4, last 3, because you worked your triceps on that chest press, so you could probably feel that they were really warmed up. Now bring it down, and then I want to take a stretch called the cow face. So one hand goes up, one hand goes down. If you cannot touch your fingers, just do the best you can, but see if you can clasp the 4 fingers, or use a dynaband. Good, I like that. Thank you for reminding me of that trick. Now a full breath. And then let's do the other side. I'm going to take off this Whoop battery. Okay, other side. And the breath is breathing in the nose, belly, ribs, chest, or apex of the lungs. So your breath helps you with the stretch. Is that dominant arm tighter as it goes back? Mine is. So if yours is, just take a couple more counts here. Really good. Inhale. And then exhale, and then just kind of roll through your shoulders. Now I'm going to check my space obviously, but we're going to stand up without using our hands. And if you want, you can also stand up with your hand weights. We're going to be doing without using our hands on the floor or a thigh, and we're going to do some biceps. So any way you want, I'm going to stand by putting my feet on the floor and then by coming up. So kind of like a squat. Now we're going to take some biceps here. We'll do supinated for 10. Now, the modification could be that you do a neutral grip, and that would be where your thumb and your first finger are up. So you don't want your joints to hurt, for your muscles to get stronger. And then the other, I'm going to just change it up, but if you need to do the same way for the both sets of 10, you can. Now I'm doing neutral, so I'm changing it and adding the brachioradialis. One thing we're making sure of is down at the bottom, we are controlling the weights. We're not letting the weights kind of yank us backwards or moving the body or hyperextending the elbow. You got it. I like it. So we're able to pick up items. That's what this is. Now I'm going to get these out of the way for a moment and take 1/2 moon, but I'm going to add the foot over. So I think earlier when we were seated, we didn't have this option, but we're going to add that on. 5. And then go to the other side. So what we're doing is the muscles are warm, and we're adding stretches that help with the posture. All these help with the posture, and that way we're not getting drawn tight. There's a misconception you get tight with weight training, but you don't have to when you add in stretches. So love it. Grab one more sip here, and then we'll come back to a lateral raise, which is out to the side. So now one hand, each hand has one weight. And good. Yeah, so that's what I was going to say, Paula. You may not do the other arm as it's healing. So exactly. So you're like a letter T. Good, keep going. Nose is itching, somebody's coming. The last time somebody came, they brought us a baby goat. So who knows, maybe one more's on the way. We adopted one more goat. 6 little goats now. So maybe somebody else is coming. Isn't that what it means when your nose itches? Okay, so if you can, and I know you can, do 10 more. Or if it's getting hard, what you'll do is just grab a lighter set of hand weights and you can finish out. So that's another trick. You just have lots of tricks. You get creative in your execution. Main thing is you just keep showing up and doing the things. 2 more. 1 more. All right, now I'm going to lower these down with just by using my legs. Interlace your fingers at the low back. Go up. Now inhale. Tall. 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale. Last sip. Let's grow. I hope that was 8 ounces that you've had by now. And then we're going to do front raises. So you may need the same weight, 3 to 8 pounds, or you might need a slightly different, like a slightly lesser weight than on the lateral raise. But I'm also going to show another trick. So one trick that we already talked about is you do as best you can with the hand weights you have, and then when you need to, you grab a lighter set. Another trick is, I'm just going to show it here, is you do 1 at a time. So that way you're still boogieing, you're still moving, but you are not trying to contort your body to make the exercise happen. So is creative solutions versus just letting an obstacle take you over. It's like creating an opportunity for creativity. That's what we're doing, versus just letting an obstacle stop us. We have a mindset of growth. Okay, let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to lower those hand weights down. I like it. And if you can, you're going to take either prayer pose front, which is a little easier, or if you can, take prayer pose back. Now I want to throw in 1 balance pose because it's a glute medius strengthener with the chest opener. So what we're doing is just touching base. Nice. Breathe in. See if you can do the other side without grabbing your hands out. Good. 5, 4. And you might like your hands lower, Polly, for more of a forearm stretch. There. Did you see how they separated a little bit? That's going to feel good with gardening. And then let that go. Now, you know how we started? 3 big breaths. So it's kind of like you're just flooding all of your cells with oxygen. You're flooding all your joints with synovial fluid, like a lotion. And you're flooding your mind with clarity and peace. Up, lift the heart as if you just saw the sun for the first time after days of rain. You're breathing fresh air. And then when you're ready, come into a posture that's good for you, standing with the feet in 4 corners, hips parallel, shoulders down the back. And we'll take a moment to feel that buzz of radiance and high vibration in your body. Today I'm going to be acutely aware of this feeling of radiant health and vibrant wellness. I'm going to stay as closely connected to it the rest of my day and enjoy floating and bouncing throughout my day. So with so much appreciation,